Hey guys, it's boy, it's uncle, it's a Teal, Bob Modi from the future. Hey guys, it's boy, it's uncle. It's been a long time. Yeah, long time, guys. Haven't been doing lives or it on Aichi for a long time. Sort of lost interest. But as you can tell by the thumbnail, I just want to do this quick one and tribute for my dear friend, Mr. Rick Riley. Master Rick Riley, aka Sundown, aka Two Heads. No, yeah, look, people that follow me from, the prison genre and stateside would know the history between me and Sundown. I've invited him on this channel a few times. I was getting him to read his book, The Thief on the Cross. And yeah, it was a works in progress. But as in all things, we were both busy in life. Myself here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and Pastor Rick Riley himself with his family and his you know, other commitments as a lawyer and pastor. So yeah, that's the reason I'm jumping on you guys. It's just a quick tribute to a dear friend of mine, Mr. Rick Riley, Pastor Rick Riley. Like many of us that followed that prison genre, he's been a big part of our lives for the last, say, 3 or 4 years. That was first time I met him was through a convict's perspective with Big Flaco and Senior Rojo. And we sort of built up a rapport with each other. We used to get smart to each other in the comments. There's a lot of the day oneers on those channels will remember. We used to, give the old time of have laughs with them and from the cheap seats in the bleachers. And that's why I just wanted to jump on, guys. Sorry, man, I'm a bit all over the place. Still coming to terms with his passing, really, guys. But it's one thing in our Maori culture, guys. Is certain tribes, if not all, we believe in 7 days. 7 days after someone passes, and my beliefs that I was brought up to was like and told through my elders and was 7 days after someone passed, and they actually go through their whole life in the 7 days after they pass. So if you get visited in 7 days after your loved one has passed, that's a blessing. And that's a strong belief in Māoridom and in my Māori people actually claims is we believe in the 7 days. They'll come and visit their loved ones. Hey, Lucky, how's things, brother? Yeah, just wanted to do this quick one, Lucky, for our friend Rick Riley. Just explaining that, it's a big thing in our Māori culture, bro, is 7 days. Like I just explained, we believe that when someone passes, they go through their whole life in the next 7 days. And, it's from the belief of the creations of the heavens and the earth, bro. So, I think that's where it comes from. But, it's a strong belief within our Māori people. That's why they haven't been really saying much about, my friends passing, guys. Sort of just, took a while to sink in. I thank Big Flaco for, sharing the news, the sad news, because, I hate to be bearer of bad news, man. So, I thank Big Flaco for that, for letting everybody know that Mr. Rick Riley, Pastor Rick Riley, had passed away. And then, as all things, I wanted to get confirmation. And, it sort of happened. And, I just thank you for that, Big Flaco, if you ever get to see this brother. And yeah, no, thank you for allowing me to use the photographs from your tribute, bro, for me to put together my little music tribute to old timer Doji Rick Riley. So you know that's why I'm here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm usually a bit punctual, but sorry about my tardiness. Being half an hour late. It's actually Father's Day here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, guys. So you know, my sons and my wife, we just finished having an early lunch, and that's why I was a bit late, half an hour late. So yeah, I apologise for that, guys. But yeah, let's get back to the reason I wanted to do this live. But yes, in the comments, guys, I've got the GoFundMe for his GoFundMe for his funeral, guys. If any of you want to contribute to the GoFundMe page for Pastor Rick Riley, and I'll put the stream out too if anybody wants to jump on and share some memories of Rick Riley. That's all this is going to be about, guys. Is you know, myself talking about my experiences with the brother Rick Riley, and I'm just seeing if anyone wants to jump on and you know, talk about Pastor Rick Riley and share their experiences. Because like I started saying, guys, is oh, here we go.
What's up, Bob? How you doing, brother?
Hey, Lucky, how's things, brother? Good to see you, bro.
Man, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, just getting the hustle in. You know how it goes. The bills
Yeah,
don't
brother.
stop, so I can't either. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, good to see you, bro. And I saw your live managed to jump in the last 20
Oh
minutes or so.
yeah. Yeah, that was
But yeah,
kind of weird. I couldn't hear Gangish, and I was like, and it was like super low. I know my lady tried calling,
okay.
uh, and it was yeah, it was different. But yeah, I appreciate the love and support everybody's shown for Rick Riley. You know what I mean? He's
Yes,
definitely
definitely, bro.
he's
Sort of a shock,
he's
bro. You know.
yeah, most definitely gonna miss him. But you know, as you know, it's a part of life too. And I honor and respect the man. He's at peace,
Definitely, Lucky.
and he's where he's where he's always prayed to be. He's in heaven. He's with the Lord.
Yeah,
You know,
bro.
that's what he believed in. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So he's out there with as you know, for us, as I heard you explaining the culture of your people too, we give them a year of mourning. We have a year of mourning. Then after that, we got to stop crying for them. Otherwise, we're going to keep calling them back. You know,
Oh
so
yeah. Yeah.
that's our culture. And
Oh, we just lost Lucky there for a moment, guys. It's awesome. It's awesome. Lucky, you're no part of your culture. Our culture, bro, is like an hour, like a year's time is we have the unveiling. It's when it's either a year or longer before you get a headstone. You know, and that's just like more or less along the same lines as your people, brother, is to allow the family time to grieve the loss of their loved ones. Oh,
I
sorry,
definitely,
guys. I think.
I
Oh yeah.
yeah, my phone was acting up. I'm on the res, so it's the reception's not too great. But I always watch your
Mm,
show. I always watch your stuff that you have on there, and I appreciate everything you hear about your culture. And like you said, this it's time for mourning for Rick Riley. He's definitely going to be missed. He was a great dude, man. You know,
oh,
no matter
definitely,
his
bro.
past, his criminal past,
Mm,
his where he was at and changed his life for the better is honorable. You know what I mean?
yeah, definitely lucky, and that's what I
Everybody
believe
has.
too, brother. You know, that's why we've seen you know, back in his day, bro, he would have been a pretty formidable man. You know, to come up against, but to see to see him change his life around and give his life to the Lord, bro, and Christian, and pastor, bro. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
it is. It's a great thing. That's why I like watching shows like Boxers, Flacco's, the Homie Hangout, and just all these other people that change their
Mm.
life around and have a story behind it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's the type of stuff.
myself personally, bro, I sort of lost interest in it after all these squabbles, and after all these dramas, and then in the squabbles, bro, I just sort of lost interest in the genre. So I just stopped following them all, lucky, and I'll just bounce over and have a look at the thumbnail and see, if it interests me, I might watch it. But other than that, I don't actually follow them anymore, bro. Any of these channels, because just got too overwhelming, bro. Just watching all the negativity on here when all those channel beefs were going on and all these little squabbles and shit like that.
Yeah. He's never into squad. He never
But I remember you saying, bro, growing up and watching these guys, like, I grew up watching, you were very influenced by stateside culture, bro. So, the movies back in the 90s, Blood In, Blood Out, America Me, and that. And, like the documentary series Gangland. So we got to watch all those here, bro. And, you get to see all the stories of all those gangs back in their heyday when they established themselves with me. So, that I was fascinated by the lifestyle. Because, like I mentioned a few times here, I've got family gang affiliations here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. But, was the stateside as a teenager, the culture and stress scenes, music, everything was fascinating. So to actually see those guys, like the stories of, the Westra Familia and Laeme was, was fascinating. And then to see actually some of a guy like Rick Riley that actually lived through it and he was part of it. And that was sort of awe inspiring actually, guys. And you might know this, man, back in the days when I used to jump on the films with Mr. Rick Riley, man, I used to be in awe and just because I have respect for my elders. So, always held him in high respect, him and Smitty. So, every time he used to come on, I used to enjoy jumping on with the guy. And like I was saying before, guys, we used to get smart. A lot of us, there used to be some smart guys in the old chats, and we used to dish it out to Rick, and he used to dish it back. And I still remember the one, it was on. We were talking about sword fighting, and yeah, I still remember my friend, oh, I love a good sword fight, and their name, and everybody was sort of because he didn't click what sort of sword fighting we were talking about. It wasn't, no, it wasn't the one with blood and guts and daggers, and that was the old one you'd see on Pornhub maybe. So yeah, and then he found out what we were laughing at, and the sort of rapport grew from there, and struck up a bit of a friendship in the chats, and then managed to jump on live with him a few times, and then yeah, no, sort of connected with the guy, you know, more or less mentally and spiritually, guys, with Rick, and it's just no, just disappointed and saddened that I'll never get to meet him in the flesh, and connect physically. Because, we said some awesome combos. And like some of my other lives, I've got three of them in the banks of three last lives I had with Mr. Rick Riley, and that was on some of the things that was happening on YouTube. But yeah, just sad in that my first Bob's Chop Shop got taken down because I had a lot of memories on there of Rick and Smitty, the old timer, the wizard. So that's like he was saying when he tapped in that he's up there, and that's what I vision, guys, that they're all around the campfire. Smitty and Sundown, but not only those two brothers, the other brother Bobby Nelson, you know. That was another bro I met on here, and he was a good fellow too, and what happened with him at his house fest, and that was him, and but I, I built up an awesome rapport with old Bobby Nelson too. I thought he was an awesome guy, and some of his beliefs that he believed in was awesome as well. But yeah, Mr. Rick Riley, guys, a lot of people there would have followed my original Bob's Chop Shop, and my Bob's Chop Shop. So I actually done an interview with him, and he personally told me, and he admitted it in front of people that that was the best interview he enjoyed doing, was because nobody actually asked him the questions that I asked him, and the interview with him, guys, was nothing to do with his game life really. I was more interested in how he came to give his life, dedicate his life, and soul, give his soul to the Lord. And I think that's what struck a chord with him, because I was the first one to actually ask him if I could, do an interview with him on that. So yeah, I lost that on my last channel, and that was in the early days of me trying to do the social media stuff. So I didn't know how to do StreamYard, and every time I keep updating my, sometimes I wouldn't get the good package, and you only allowed so much room, people. So yeah, I had to delete stuff, and now then it come back to regret it now, because there's a lot of awesome stuff I lost with Sundown. The early days of Bob's Chop Shop. And there was Smitty was always there. And you had Iron Bear, Lucky, Rich DM. There was a lot few of them. The Wolf, Don Suave, Flip, and Tim Hennessy. Yeah, no, there were also a lot of brothers coming over and just kicking it, something different. And I've said it on my last channel and on this channel on Bob's Chop Shop. That was the entire reason I started Bob's Chop Shop. The Chop Shop was to connect with Sundown and Smitty, away from the channels they were on, because we used to see it like we jump on with them, and then they'll get the trolls and the comments, and it ended up being not such a very nice experience for myself sometimes. And I could see what was getting to Smitty and Rick, and then that used to be on Smitty's channel too, around the campfire. So guys, that was my entire reason of starting Bob's Chop Shop. I didn't really want to do anything on my own personal channel, but when they killed my chop shop there, I ended up just, oh well, I've got my original channel, I'll just go hard on here and won't worry about starting something else. But then started getting a couple of warnings, and then I thought, oh mate, you know how it goes, guys. You got to lay off that, otherwise that one might get blocked. But yeah, Rick came over a few times, guys, and some of you might know that he started reading this book over on my channel. We managed to get through 2 chapters, and then after that, it was always trying to get a good time that suited us. And then times that would suit me here in New Zealand wasn't good times for him, sort of thing, and vice versa. And then, we'd have a plan, get it all done, and then something would come up in our private lives. So, it was an ongoing thing where we just couldn't get to do it again, finish this book or start reading more chapters. And, Rick used to always say to me, for me to start reading this book, but I always told him, no, didn't feel right, guys? Because the man's still alive and he was here, so I'd rather have him read his own book. So, yeah, was always touch face with him, how we going, how's things stateside, brother, and if we can pick it off again. But yeah, no, sorry, man, it just didn't happen in the end with the untimely passing of Pastor Rick Riley. So, I'm not too sure, guys, if I might read his book. I might just reach out to his wife first, see if it's okay. But yeah, I'm not too sure, guys. But yeah, if you would have watched that one, guys, you would have seen, that message was just a day before he passed. And no, even though he was going through it in his own life, guys, it's one thing, he always had love, man. And that's what took me back, guys. I used to buzz out on the old AG was like, that's the sort of connection we had. And that, him and Spitty would have been two guys that would have, welcome to New Zealand with open arms, guys. If they ever wanted, ever made it here. And, and Rick keep asking, the criteria to get into New Zealand. So I knew the yearning was always there for him to come here. And I think to myself, I would love to meet you too, bro, but my financial circumstances at the moment is not happening. And yep, if I would have, even though I stay in the future, I didn't get those future lotto results. But if I ever did, then I'd be over in stateside in a heartbeat. Come and see some of these day ones that I've known for 3 or 4 years to make the physical connection. And, that goes out to the brother Lucky Lukwe as well. If you ever come to New Zealand, brother, yeah, I come to the old airport and kidnap yous, bro, and yeah, show you fellas around my part of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Lucky. Adam, how's things, brother? If everything's good over there, bro, over in Aussie. Man, the old Warriors got smoked last night, mate. The old Dolphins were too good. Yeah, went down to the club to watch the old game last night. Well, hopefully they get out of the system. We're in the top 8, so that's the main thing. Yeah, no, that's one thing I can say about old Yeah, no, that was a shocking game last night, Adam. Man, I ended up just watching it, playing netball instead because we went down to a cozy club here. Gave up watching the game. Hey, Lucky, if you're still out there, bro, has old Sea Dog still got his channel? I tried looking for his channel earlier, bro, and tried going over there, but nothing comes up anymore. Yeah, like I was saying, guys, with Rick Riley, we connected on a spiritual level, and oh, thanks very much, Adam. Much appreciated, brother. Sundown, he was a great if you knew him, mate, guys, he was a great was right into his conspiracies and damn, yeah, no, I can't find it. Yeah, I tried looking for it, actually, Adam, and nothing comes up to me. Yeah, I think that was like some of our lives that we used to talk about some of the subjects. And we ended up getting a bit too carried away, and that's when I ended up getting copyrighted a couple of times. But some of the things we used to talk about, man, it's all unfolding with it in front of our eyes at the moment. And like you said, it's thankful that the old priest, Pastor Rick Riley, is not suffering. What Flacco said, and I heard it as he passed away in his sleep. So that's awesome. The man lived a very eventful life, and like I think on my thing, guys, that was the last two messages. The last one was, the day before he passed, and even though he was sick, man, he still had love for everybody. That's why the next day when I saw the thing from a convict's perspective, and I was saying, hey, nah, this can't be right. So it just took me a few days to sort of let it sink in. And then I saw Lucky's live saying, oh, yeah. And then, Flucker and them done another one, and he put the old GoFundMe up, and his live with Tuko, and I just popped over to see what that was about, and confirmed, right, really. Because that's one thing, guys. Like when Smitty passed away, there was a lot of talk, but no confirmation. So I heard a lot of this talk, about the whole time of the wizard passing away, and so I reached out to people that stateside to see if they could verify it, and nothing came come of it. And so I was a bit in thinking, oh man, I don't know if I've spoke prematurely of the whole time is passing or what. So I felt a bit bad about that, guys. So just step back, but that wasn't the main reason. It was just too much negativity happening on the devil's playground on YouTube. All right, who we got here? So I'm just gonna, I just wanted to do this one, guys. I'll make it a quick one. Actually, I thought some people might want to jump on and share a few stories of Rick Riley, if they had any memories. But that's one that stuck out to me. Was we used to give it to the old timer. I think we used to do that to a lot of the fellas. You just test the waters with him. And it's two of the fellas I really connected with on here was Smitty, Sundown, and my friend Donnie Mullins. But it's hard to check old Donnie down at the moment. He must be slaying. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on for this quick minute, guys. I know it's been bloody months since I've done a live, and just pay tribute to Mr. Rick Riley, Pastor Rick Riley, aka Sundowns and Two Heads. So I'm going to leave this one with you guys. Yeah, thanks for tapping in, Adam. From Aussie Prison Stories, Brother Lucky Loco, and all the ones in the cheap seats and the bleachers. Much respects to everybody watching. It's your boy, it's your tio, it's your uncle, Bob Mouldy from Aotearoa, New Zealand, signing off. One love and bless up. Till next time, guys. Catch you up.